Hey Clashers, equipments are by now one of the most important things in the game, because a huge power part of your strategy, of your offense, is, well, within your heroes. And being able to customize the abilities of your heroes is obviously then an even bigger boost to the power of those heroes and your army. So picking the equipments correctly and making sure that you have them on the correct level will boost your 3-star rate by quite a bit. And today we're going to take a look at every single epic equipment and what the important level are going to be, which you need to get the most out of that equipment. So let's start things off with the Barbarian King. But first off, we need to take a look at the synergies, because if you're looking for value and low cost, the Rage Vial with the Giant Gauntlet is still the king. I'm sorry for that joke, but still, it's like literally the best combination for the Barbarian King, okay? Because it's obviously only one epic equipment, and the power you're getting out of it, you're raising up the splash damage of the Giant Gauntlet, is just insane. If you're going for raw power and you somehow have the equipments, double epic is the way to go for the Barbarian King. If you're going for air attacks, that's actually a really good combination where you can go with Vamstash and Spiky Ball, because they are really great with going around the outside of the village, not taking too much damage, and then regenerating non-stop your hit points of the Barbarian King with the Vamstash. But now let's take a deeper look at the Giant Gauntlet. And even though it kind of sounds like a bit strange, but hey, every single level is going to be a game changer. This equipment scales incredibly well. You can use it already on level 1, but obviously it gets stronger with every single level, and there is not an important threshold you have to cross or anything. No, you can use it on level 1, 2, 3, it doesn't matter, but just always keep in mind, every single level will give you more power and you will feel it within your attacks. And this is going to be the best equipment as well. The reason for that is as well because the common equipments for the Barbarian King, they're kind of shit, to be honest. They are really, really bad, which makes this equipment look then even better. The next equipment is the Spiky Ball for the Barbarian King. And this equipment is a bit different than the Giant Gauntlet. If you want to make this useful, you will have to invest a lot of ores. For town level 16, the first important level you need to get is level 12. The reason for that is because your Spiky Ball is going to one-shot things like air defenses and arch towers, which is especially important with the common strategies you're going to use it with, which is typically air attacks. To snap down air defenses behind walls and such, that's a really great way to deal with further inside defenses, which you then can one-shot, which is quite nice. The next few levels are not as important. Level 15 can make you one-shot cannons, level 18 can make you one-shot mortars, but those defenses are not really that important for most of the strategies you would use this equipment with. The next most important level, which actually matters, is unfortunately level 27, because this means you're going to one-shot wizard towers and spell towers, which is obviously a huge deal. And this means that's the sad truth about this equipment. Level 12 and level 27 are the most important levels to get, which means if you're thinking about investing ores into this equipment but you don't want to max it out, leave it on level 12 to make sure that you're getting the most out of your ores and not spending anything, because you can possibly then one-shot cannons. Who cares with your probably air attacks with using that equipment? So make sure level 12, and then otherwise, if you want to invest the ores, level 27 is the next most important level. Let's move on to the Archer Queen. For the Archer Queen, again, if you take a look at the synergies, it's, well, a lot of epic equipments. Epic equipments of the Archer Queen are quite strong, but on the other side as well, the Archer Queen has insanely strong common equipments, as you can see on number 2 with the Healer Puppet, and then for example the Giant Arrow, or as well the Frozen Arrow. But in general, the Queen has a ton of good equipments, which means you can go for epics, but you're totally fine with only using common equipments as well. Still, we want to take a look at the epic equipments today. So let's take a look at the Frozen Arrow, which means with leveling this equipment, you're getting a better and longer slow duration. At the same time, you're getting more DPS for your Archer Queen. The most important level to actually get is level 20 for town level 16, because this level will make you take less shots against things like collectors, against storages, and all of those things which are typically in the way of your Archer Queen. And even some defenses take one shot less, which means you don't need to upgrade your Archer Queen, upgrade your Frozen Arrow any further than level 20. That's where you're getting the most out of that equipment when you're actually playing and using it with most of your strategies. You can for sure think about maxing that equipment, but that I would say is only useful if you're a really big enjoyer of queen charges in general. This is where I would then recommend upgrading it to all the way. Otherwise, level 20 is totally fine. You're getting the most out of the equipment already, and investing even more ores at that point is not really worth it, especially the stereo ore is going to be quite expensive. So trust me, level 20 is the way to go for the frozen arrow if you're talking about on level 16. Moving on is going to be the magic mirror, and that thing, in my opinion, is currently one of the best equipments in the game. But if you're talking about the early level of this equipment, it's kinda bad. So there is a huge spike with that equipment on a certain level, which you need to cross. Otherwise, don't use that equipment. If you're thinking about getting the magic mirror and upgrading it, keep in mind you need it on level 18, because between level 17 to 18, you're getting an entire additional clone, which breaks this equipment, to be honest. It just makes it so powerful, and that is the important level you want to get. After that, obviously you can keep level it, like trust me, you will always get more value out of it. It's kind of like the giant gauntlet after that. But before level 18, use other equipment instead. Like the healer puppet is great, the invisibility puppet is great of the Archer-Queen. She has many good equipment. If you cannot get this equipment to level 18, don't even start upgrading it, because it won't be worth it. Level 18 or nothing. That is the thing with this equipment. But if you're able to collect ores and upgrade this equipment to level 18, you're going to feel a big difference in power. And after that, every single level is great, but level 18 is the important level to get. With that, that's everything for the Archer-Queen. Let's move on to the Warden. The Warden is, well, you can see it already with the synergies, not having an epic equipment in the best synergy which there is in the game, which is the Eternal Tome with the Healing Tome together. This is just a powerhouse and can be used for pretty much all of those different strategies out there. It's just insanely good. The only way and the only time when you actually need that fireball is when you want to turn your Warden into a one-man army. It's really powerful with that, but it's a complete different way of playing the Warden, which can be good, as I said, but it is a different way of playing the Warden. That's how it works. And as well for this equipment for the fireball, if we take a look at the stats, you might think, okay, it's another equipment like the spiky ball, it's damage based, so you need it on level 27, right? No, actually not. Take a look at this table. You need it on level 18 to one-shot with 2 earthquakes most of the important defenses on town level 16. Which means the only defenses which you can't take down is Clan Castle, Merged Cannons, Eagle, and Town Hall. Everything else is going to go down because the fireball explosion radius and the earthquake radius is pretty much the same. So you can have a lot of value with just bringing 2 earthquakes, and you have pretty much a maxed out fireball. If you're even getting it to level 20, you have an even better scenario, because then you can one-shot everything. A level 27 fireball can one-shot as well, but with the cost of bringing 2 instead of 1 earthquake. That's the only difference. So out of those people who are enjoying fireball attacks, maybe from content creators, maybe from clanmates, who knows, you can upgrade and use that equipment without maxing it all the way. So that's completely fine. Use it on level 18 or 20 and you will be good to go to enjoy your Warden turning into a one-man army. Let's move on though with the Royal Champion. And let's keep that kind of short if you take a look at the synergies. Not in the number 1 best synergy combination, not in the number 2 best synergy combination is the epic equipment included. This epic equipment feels kinda underwhelming. Number 1, Haste Vial Hog Rider Puppet, and number 2 is that if you don't have the Haste Vial unlocked just yet, just replace it with the Royal Gem. Number 3 then is the Seeking Shield with the Rocket Spear. Let's take a look at the Rocket Spear. It is okay. It is a fun equipment. It is a niche equipment, but it's not a strong equipment. So my only recommendation, if you're free to play and you're thinking about what equipment to upgrade, save your ores. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you want to enjoy some attacks with that equipment, watch some YouTube videos of some content creators jamming it, or I don't even know, but don't use it yourself. It is not worth it. It is okay to use, but not really strong, because the Royal Champion is kind of the opposite of what the Barbarian King is when it comes down to the common and epic strength. Because this means the common equipments of the Royal Champion are just already so good that the epic equipment, which is not like that bad, but it just feels bad because the common equipments are so good. I hope you kind of understand what I mean by that. With the Hot Rudder Puppet being so strong, the Roy Jam being good, the Haste File being even better, like there's already so many common good equipments that the epic one just feels underwhelming because the common ones are just so strong. But now, how would I rank all of those epic equipments? Let's make this clear, this ranking is not based on strategies, okay? So overall, if I would go priority-wise of where I would upgrade and invest my ores into, number 1, Gauntlet. That thing is just insanely strong. Number 2, I would say the Magic Mirror. That thing, if you get it on level 18 or higher, is a game changer for sure. Number 3, and that now depends, if you like the Warden turning into a one-man army, it's for sure the Fireball. If you don't like that, go with the Spiky Ball. So that's like my number 3, my number 4 position. Spiky Ball, really powerful. You can do a lot of stuff with that. A high damage equipment, kind of the same as the Fireball, but both are really strong. Both are really good to upgrade. Next one, Frozen Arrow. That ranking position can be obviously adjusted depending on if you're playing a Queen Charge or not. If you're a Queen Charge attacker, the Frozen Arrow would be higher. But for most people, the Frozen Arrow is then in the 5th position. Last place is the Rocket Spear for the explanation which I just gave. Like the common equipments are just straight up better. And that's like the thing as well, I would say, why, for example, the Gauntlet feels to be that much stronger than all of the other equipments, because the common counterparts are just bad. Earthquake Boots. Yay, we can deal 50% of damage and destroy walls. Like, yeah. We have already Root Riders and jumps and everything, so why would you use that, right? Or if you take the Barbarian Puppet, the only reason why you would use this is because you just bought a skin and you want to see the custom animated Barbarians getting spawned, right? Like that's, like it's just bad. The Vamp Stash, you could argue it's okay, but still on the highest level, especially as well with 300 hit points per hit, not as crazy strong. And the Rage Vial is as well okay. So we have 2 okay equipments and 2 really crap equipments. So that's why those epic equipments feel that much stronger already, because their counterparts are so bad. But that's pretty much the ranking I would go with. Let me know what you think, and I hope I was helpful with like providing the levels I would recommend for each equipment, so you don't upgrade every single epic equipment you're coming across, because I feel like a lot of times that's just wasted ores and you're not getting the fullest potential out of your ore investment. And if you enjoy long videos, let me know if I should do the exact same video, but with common equipments and what I think about those. Otherwise, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you guys back tomorrow with the next one. Until then, see ya and bye-bye.